Hey y'all, I am at the sanctuary, standing inside what we've always called the yard, aka also the garden space, and I'm having some thoughts that I need some opinions on, and I want to talk through it with y'all. Come on, let's go. So 1 year ago, Wes and Angie from Big Family Small Farm came and helped us create this incredible garden space. There was so much thought that went into it, so much design, so many nostalgic pieces. In fact, they designed long L's to be Longhorn Leicester. And this year, the drought really did a number. I had a beautiful garden out here, but I couldn't ever plant a second one because it was just too dry and too much to maintain. Even my garden at Longhorn Leicester's did not survive this summer. However, here we are in the fall time again, and oh, surprise! A beautiful blue egg. I wonder if Megan knows that that's here. That's so funny. So here we are in the fall where I would normally plant a fall garden. All that's taken over now. Yet, I just can't be here enough to maintain it, and Megan doesn't really have an interest in doing so. A beautiful green stalk. So, I'm going to take the green stalk to Longhorn Leicester's and get that all cleaned up, refilled, all that back together. But if you were me, hey Rocky, hey ladies, what would you do? Because this space being empty drives me insane. Obviously, it needs to be refilled, like things have settled, like it's time. It's time to do something. And I know that it's winter and not everybody plants a winter garden, and that's okay. But when I think about spring, you know, this is a big space to maintain as well. Huh, that's a volunteer tomato coming up. Oh, and chives are coming back too. How special. For me, it's really hard for me to think about this space being empty. But it also is hard for me to think about what else could I do with it that's meaningful. We originally thought about turning this into the memorial garden, but that's still going to require, you know, a lot of maintenance and upkeep in here. And I want to plant things in it, but I don't feel like I'm here enough to maintain it, because at Longhorn Leicester's, I'm in and outside 4 or 5 times a day, and it's all the time. Here, I'm doing really good to get here 5 days a week, to be transparent. So, and then also, there's chickens. How am I going to have literal buffet here if there's going to be so many feathers out here in it? So here's my thoughts. Could I, instead of refilling it, could I dismantle it? Could I dismantle it and somehow get it to Longhorn Leicester's? How much work is that? How hard is that going to be? Because all of this touches the ground with the exception of weed barrier that is, you know, holding it up. Thanks, hey. Or do I fill it up, and do I strive to be here more days and really coach Megan through, or just take the gamble of the 2 days I'm not here in the spring? And do I keep a garden here and hope for the best? I don't know what to do. Or do I find things that are way less maintenance than the things that I have gardened before? Do I find plants that are perennials, like peppers, let's just say, and other things that don't require so much maintenance? Or do I turn it into a flower bed that has perennials that also can handle a 5-day-a-week regimen versus a daily regimen that doesn't require picking vegetables and spraying pesticides and all of that? It's a very serene, meaningful space. I mean, this bench is in memory of Journey. I had intentions really of turning this into the memorial garden and really planting very specific things. You know, Maggie died a year ago while this was being built. And I want to memorialize all of those great family members that we lost. And right now, it's fall. So, like I said, not everybody plants a fall garden. Not everybody has to, think through this. And most people just leave it dormant and get it cleaned up just like we did. But it feels like such a empty space. And I want to be able to, if it's going to be here, I want it to be beautiful and utilized. But I don't want to put pressure on anyone else to have to maintain it. And then if I do move it, is it ever going to look the same? Because are we smart enough to put it back together the way that it's supposed to be? I don't know all of those answers. But I want to utilize the space. And it's just about killing me that it's empty. And it's just about killing me that y'all are funny. I don't know if you're supposed to be out or not, to be honest with you. It's just about killing me that I'm tossing all of this around and don't have all of the things in place. But I do know it would drive me bananas to have a garden, a vegetable garden, a fruit garden planted out here where they can eat it all the time. And I also don't want to restrict them. Hi, pretty kitty. I don't know who you are, but you sure are pretty. You have really pretty markings. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. So anyway, that's my current dilemma. And I thought that I would seek advice from y'all of, do I turn it into something that is meaningful and has very low maintenance things in it and keep it here? Do I try my best to take it to Longhorn Lester's and recreate it there? Do I go full out and say some prayers? What do you think about that, Gunpowder? And say some prayers about how it goes? Or do I... The other thing is to solicit help from my sisters here, my garden sisters, specifically Steph, on maintaining it. But then I'm asking for help again from people who already have a full plate. What I know is that I have a love of growing, or do I just leave it as a giant litter box? Apparently, I have a love of growing things, and I have found a passion that I didn't know that I had. And now I have a greenhouse and a giant garden at Longhorn Lester's. But I also this is a very passionate and emotional space for me. And maybe it's because of the way we lost Maggie and how that's all connected, and maybe it's just where I feel at home. But I don't know. I want your opinion on what would you do? Would you make the most of it while you were here and hope for the best? Would you try to pack it all up and redo it at another location? Or what other options do you think that I have? I'm open to them. But the green stalk is coming with me because you're going to think this is nuts. I have 3 more green ones at home, and this one will match the number of posts that we have and even out our spatial reasoning situation. Oh, thank you, Rocky. Rocky gives the green stalk a vote of they're allowed to come with us. So that's great news. Anyway, okay. I'm going to clean up a few things while I'm here, and y'all leave it in the comments of what you think that I should do. The I'm a Survivor Sanctuary garden space. What's next for it?